So this week, the revamp of the Lifesaving Breast Milk Bank at the Kalafong Hospital was launched. The Breast Milk Bank at this facility was launched just over a decade ago. It has saved more than 4,000 infants thus far. The South African Breastmilk Reserve, or SABR, is a non-profit human milk banking organization that was founded in 2003. This week, South Africa also celebrates Pregnancy Awareness Week, basically to educate women about prenatal care, breastfeeding and family planning. Sasha Jordan is in studio with us. She's the executive director of SABR. Good to have you, Sasha. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you so much, Leanne.
So let's talk about a breast milk bank. I suppose people look in there and thinking, what is that?
Yes, we've had some interesting questions, and I think there is a lot of misconception around what a breast milk bank looks like.
Yeah.
Human milk banking really is a community-driven initiative that takes place at the hospital level and amongst the community of breastfeeding mothers. How it works is that we set up a processing facility for breast milk in the hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. And mummies that are with their own babies in the care of the NICU that have excess breast milk will donate to support mummies that give birth to very low birth weight infants, such as born at 27-week gestation, weighing 500 grams, and at really high risk of dying. And in this way, they support mummies who at that time themselves are in ICU or are unable to lactate.
So I suppose that brings in the question, how safe is it to drink other mother's breast milk, a baby?
Well, it's all pasteurized products.
Okay.
So pasteurization is a heating process at 62.5 degrees for half an hour with rapid cooling that really destroys all lipid enveloped viruses and bacteria. So if you're looking at the risk profile of tissue banking from the human milk point of view, it's safe. It's just as safe as drinking cow's milk in so many ways.
Amazing.
There are communicable diseases between bovines
I
and
suppose
humans.
it's the same as a blood bank. I mean, it's exactly the same process. It's
similar.
It's similar. How long can you keep breast milk for?
Well, we store it for 3 months for premature babies and for 6 months for full-term babies.
Wow.
But mostly the milk is used for the really tiny micro-prems.
I mean, you've obviously grown over the years.
Yes.
And more as people become aware of it, I suppose they want to donate, they want to help out where they can.
Yes, we support today in 2018 roughly 3,000 premature babies a year with 1,200 donors. And there are 24 public sector human milk banks and probably between 50 and 60 human milk banks at large, and around 80 neonatal intensive care units that have access to the facility. So we apply a universal guideline. All infants under 37-week gestation with a pediatric prescription may qualify to receive donated breast milk from us.
For a mum or a mother to donate, what are you looking for? Obviously, there have to be some criteria, or can anybody donate? As you said, it goes through a pasteurization process, but
there is a selection criteria.
I would imagine. Talk to us about that.
So we as a head office, just as the South African Breastmilk Reserve head office, sign up roughly 250 mums a year that are deemed valid donors. That's 1 out of 6 applications. There are exclusion criteria, including chronic disease or infections such as HIV, TB, or hepatitis. Hypertension is an exclusion because mummies that take medication also cannot always donate, and mummies that are taking any type of antidepressant cannot donate. So really, it's a very difficult process of inclusion and exclusion. However, we encourage all mummies to breastfeed, and we thank all donors that sign up, whether they are included or excluded. It's the commitment to donate that counts.
Which brings us to the conversation of breastfeeding in general, because as you say, this is Pregnancy Awareness Week, and in general, there's still the message that breast milk is best.
Yes, breast milk is best. It is also a very important strategy for family spacing, for the survival of children. And in Pregnancy Awareness Week, we also want to remember that we want to exclude and manage any kind of condition which will be exacerbated by pregnancy, like diabetes, hypertension. You know, we want to remind women that they have rights when they give birth to choose a birthing partner, to have a birth plan, to be treated with dignity, to in fact come to the point of delivery in safety.
Yeah.
And if we create awareness in this time, we will also prevent a lot of premature births. And really, premature births and premature deaths are what is preventing South Africa from achieving Sustainable Development Goal number 3, which is that of reducing the under 5 mortality to 25 deaths per thousand, where right now we're about 37. And really the cap is prematurity. So we want to prevent women from going into premature labor, and early antenatal detection and detection of pregnancy are absolutely essential.
Yeah. Okay, so just to wrap up, if people need information, if they need the help of the bank, what is the best way to do it? I know that you've told us how many branches you've got operating in South Africa. Just remind me of those there were.
We have 24 public
24.
sector human milk banks, and we supply roughly 18 neonatal intensive care units.
Okay.
If you need donated breast milk, or you think you may need donated breast milk, you can simply contact our offices.
Okay.
The phone number is 011 482 1920.
Right.
Or alternatively, visit our website, www.sabr.org.za for South African Breastmilk Reserve.
Excellent. Well, there you go. The website is on the screen there. You can visit the website. And thank you. Thanks for coming in and talking to us about this. I think really interesting. A lot of people not, I suppose, aware. And I have to confess, I was one of them, not knowing too much about, the criteria for donating breast milk, how much breast milk is actually being used, and how many lives have been saved from the South African breast milk banks, which I think is amazing. In excess of 4,000 in just one hospital. That's the Kalafong Hospital. So it's fantastic. All right, Sasha Jordan, thanks so much for talking to us, the Executive Director of SABR. We take a break, and then it's shup into the weekend after this. Stay tuned.
Try and tell funeral plans.
It's your final gift of love.